Hello, and welcome to another installment of Conspirator Brock's pull list. This is my pull list for the week of March 25th, 2015. So let's get right into it. It's really late. I'm really tired, and hopefully I don't yawn. Let's hope. All right, first up we have Aquaman number 40, Maelstrom Part 6. Really enjoying this Maelstrom stuff where Arthur is looking for his mother. He's found her, and yet she doesn't believe it's him, and she's attacking him and all this stuff. And there's this huge giant living volcano thing that's attacking. So Aquaman, really great. Just enjoying it overall. This should be an end to the story. So right before Convergence. So coming back after Convergence, it should be hopefully some good stuff out of Aquaman. But Aquaman number 40. Next up, we have Batman and Robin number 40. Damian's got powers, and Damian's part of the Justice League now, apparently. But love this stuff from Tomasi. It's really, really great. I highly recommend it if you get a chance to go back and read those early issues. And it's just overall a really, really good series. So Batman and Robin number 40. Next up we have Batman Eternal number 51. I believe there's one more. Next week is the last week for all the weeklies. I'm caught up. Yes! I got caught up on a majority of my books. I only have about 3 more to read. But I got caught up on the weekly titles, so I'm really excited to see how Batman Eternal ends. But 51. And then next up we have Catwoman number 40. Really, really good story. Kind of in Catwoman ever since the creative team change. Just really, really enjoying this stuff where she's a crime boss. But apparently she's going to shed that and become Catwoman again if the cover tells you anything. But you can't really tell anything by a cover because it's a cover. And covers can lie. But Catwoman number 40. Next up we have Deathstroke number 6. Deathstroke's normally on my read list, but due to the fact that Harley Quinn is in this issue, I'm picking it up. So as soon as Harley's off, Deathstroke will be bumped back down to my read list. But right now, I love Harley. Deathstroke's okay. I'm enjoying it so far. Not quite sure what they're going to do with the character. They kind of de-aged him a little bit. So we'll see where it goes from here. But Deathstroke number 6. Then next up we have Earth 2 World's End, number 25. Yeah, number 25. So Earth 2 World's End, caught up. Really enjoying this stuff. Seeing how the Earth 2 universe is kind of destroyed. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks. But hey, that's what happens in the world. Next up is my fiance's book, but I've been reading it because I pick it up, which is Edward Scissorhands number 5. And for her, she has to have both covers to this book. It's okay. It's not necessarily something that's up my alley, but she enjoys it, so I'm picking it up. She actually hasn't read any of the issues yet. She's waiting for the hardcover or the trade paperback, whichever comes first. But Edward Scissorhands number 5. If you're a big Edward Scissorhands fan, you'll probably like this book. But yeah, Edward Scissorhands. Woohoo! All right, next up we have Flash number 40. If you might notice the Flash is $1 more this month. It's a little bit oversized. My guess is because they needed to cram a couple more pages in to finish the story before Convergence starts. So yeah. So if you are curious as to why it is, that's most likely why. Hopefully Flash drops back down to the $2.99 price point when it comes back after Convergence. But we shall see. But really enjoying this. The future Barry is kind of taking over present Barry's life, while present Barry is stuck in the Speed Force world. But yeah, so we'll see if he can get out of it. Next up, we have Justice League Dark number 40. The last few story arcs have not been the greatest. This book really, really was great at the beginning. It's kind of tapered off a little bit, but with creative team changes and shifts in editorial and all that, you can see why that happens. But I've been enjoying it overall, so, I'm still picking it up. So Justice League Dark 40. The next up we have a book that I think was delayed, but this should be I think this is the last Multiversity book before Convergence, but it's Ultra Comics, Multiversity Ultra Comics. According to this, I'm not supposed to read this book, so I don't know why I bought it. I'll read it anyway. Who cares? But yeah, I've been enjoying the Multiversity stuff. It's really, really good. It's Morrison, so it's a little deep and a little, kind of hard to follow at times. But you can plow through it if you really, really try. But Multiversity Ultra Comics. Then next up we have the New 52 Futures End. Will Batman Beyond be able to save the future? Who knows? But caught up with this book. Really excited to see how it ends. Been enjoying it overall so far. Like most of the weeklies, they've just been really, really good, fun titles to read. So, then next up we have Secret Origins number 11. I believe this is the last issue of Secret Origins. I'm not too sure of that. Most books are ending that are getting canceled are ending this this month. So we'll see. But Secret Origins number 11. If this is in fact the last book, I'll probably just get rid of my set on eBay. But I've been enjoying the little origin stories, so we'll see if I stick them around. I think I'm gonna kind of wait until I see how the trades lay out for certain characters. Like I know Swamp Thing. There's a Secret Origin for Swamp Thing that I really enjoyed. So hopefully they put that in the Swamp Thing trades, but we'll see. Next up we have Sinestro number 11. Sinestro's just trying to survive, so we'll see how well he does. This should be the last issue, or the end of this story arc before Convergence, so we'll see. But Sinestro number 11. Next up we have The Valiant number 4. Really enjoying the Valiant books that I'm picking up. Some of them aren't the best, but The Valiant has been a really, really good title that I've enjoyed reading, so I'm looking forward to continuing it. But I'm not sure if it's a miniseries or not. Half the time I should probably look this shit up, but with 2 kids and, 2 jobs and gotta read and gotta watch movies and you gotta play Hearthstone, there's not too much time in the day, So yeah, Valiant number 4. Then next up on my pull list is Witches number 5. Yeah, number 5 from Scott Snyder and Jock art. Yeah, I've really enjoyed Witches. It's a fun book. It's spooky. Kind of curious to see where it goes. But Snyder's horror stuff, he did Severed, and Severed was okay. I enjoyed it for the most part. But I've liked Witches a little bit more than I've liked Severed. But we'll see where it goes. So movie month, DC's movie poster variant month is going on, and I actually picked up 3 variant covers this week. I know there was a couple more, but these are the ones that I really, really enjoyed. So the first one was for Batman and Robin number 40. As you can see, it's an homage to Harry Potter. So I thought that was funny, but yeah, and it says the dynamic duo up top. So not too happy about the cow. I'm not a big Bat Cow fan, but yeah. So the next one is Catwoman number 40. This is homage to Bullet, the Steve McQueen movie. I've never seen it, but I know what the poster is and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, Catwoman number 40. And then the last up that I picked up, which I think everyone needs to pick up, who likes Michael Keaton, who grew up in the 80s, and 90s, and who basically in general just wants to see a movie with some mayhem in it and some crazy, crazy stuff. Yeah, I think you seriously need to get the Justice League Dark issue 40 Beetlejuice variant cover, because this is awesome. It is just awesome. It's just great. Much like the Harley Quinn Scooby-Doo cover, I really, really think this one made me laugh, and so I just had to pick it up for that. But so I guess to call Justice League Dark, we need to go Justice League Dark, Justice League Dark, Justice League Dark. Nothing didn't work. Damn it. That's my pull list. Those are the books that I picked up to bring home for my collection, or eventually, just get rid of. But you always have to purge. Next up is my read list. These are the titles that I basically am reading to stay kind of caught up and current on certain books that I've enjoyed, that I've checked out. So first up on the list is Arkham Manor. This is issue 6. It is the last and final issue, so the Arkham Manor miniseries is done after this issue. It's been okay. I really think that this book should have been, or this story should have been a backup in Detective, but who knows why they do it. I think it's to get an extra couple bucks out of you. But for the most part, it's enjoyable. Next up we have the Autumn Lands Tooth and Claw number 5. This is Kurt Busiek's book. I've been enjoying it for the most part. It's kind of interesting to see him develop this world where animals walk and talk and stuff, and they need a hero, so to speak, and they summon a human being to their world to basically protect them and be their savior. So we'll see where it goes, but I've been enjoying it so far. Next up is a Disney comic that Marvel's putting out, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This is part of the Disney Kingdoms books that they've been putting out. I know they did one with that little dragon, and then there was another one, I don't remember what it was. But it's Big Thunder Mountain. I've always enjoyed the Big Thunder Mountain roller coaster, so I figured I'd give this a try and read it and see if I like it. So yeah, Big Thunder Mountain #1. Next up we have Daredevil #14. Mark Waid's been doing a great job on this book. I highly recommend you go back and read Waid's Daredevil stuff. Daredevil's had some just really solid creators on it. I've read most of the Brubaker. I've read the Waid stuff. I need to actually go back and read the Bendis stuff because I hear it's really, really good. And, you know, Daredevil's going to be out in, about 2 weeks, so on Netflix. So I'm curious to see how this goes. I will give you guys a heads up. This copy of Daredevil is actually a damaged copy. Reason being, and I'll show you right here. Little tidbit for you when you go to your shop. Always kind of check your books. Shops normally try and check them, but sometimes they miss things. So I went to grab the books off the shelf, and when I went to go bag and board them, this one kind of acted funny. And the reason it acted funny was it was printed wrong. So it got printed and it creased, but that's not the big deal, even though the crease would cause it to be damaged. The big deal is they didn't trim off all of the excess page. So yeah, so comic books actually come on something kind of like that paper that you get from Comic Shop News. And so, yeah, they trimmed them down, but this one didn't get trimmed. I know Lady Mechanica #5 came out today, and or comes out today, and you and we had a damaged one much like that, but it was a shift damaged one where it was printed funny. But yeah, always be aware when you're picking up your books if they're damaged or anything, or because you can tell your shop owner and they'll pull it from the shelf and hopefully get some replacement copies. But yeah, so let's continue on with the with the read list. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy #25. This is the chapter 7 for the Black Vortex. I have not really been impressed with Black Vortex. It's basically seemed just like each issue is a bunch of people arguing over a mirror, and then somebody converts. And then the next issue is they're arguing over a mirror, and somebody converts, and then somebody's trying to steal the mirror, or somebody's moving it. It hasn't grabbed me as I thought it would, which is a shame because I really, really was rooting for a really solid, kind of space crossover story. But this one it's not doing it. Next up, we have Abnett Guardians 3000. Not a lot of people have really enjoyed the Guardians 3000. It's okay. I'm not too big of a fan of it. It's the 90s Guardians team, and it's dealing with time and all this stuff. So we'll see how much I really stick with it. But it's just okay. It probably could be better, but it's nice to kind of see these characters together, even though they're dealing with like multiverses, and so they like change sexes or whatever like halfway through an issue. It's weird. But yeah, Guardians 3000. Then next up we have the legendary Star-Lord #10. This is chapter 9 of the Black Vortex. Don't worry, you will see chapter 8 in the next book. As you can see, Star-Lord is trying to attempt to take the mirror somewhere. He seems to want to steal it. I think he's stolen it or moved it like 3 times. We'll see. But yeah. So I actually had to read a book from this series, which I don't want to do. I didn't want to even do after the first issue. But this, I had to because it's chapter 8 of Black Vortex, and that's Nova 28. For those of you who are fans of Nova, I'm sorry, but I can't get behind this character. It's just not, it didn't work for me. I'm not a big fan of it. I really wish they'd bring Rich Rider back. Damn it, there's the son of a bitch. But yeah, so this is chapter 8. So I'll have to read Guardians, and then Nova, and then Legendary Star-Lord. So next up we have Star Wars Darth Vader, number 3. Really enjoying the Darth Vader book. Not as much as I enjoyed the main Star Wars book. Princess Leia is definitely the lowest on the totem pole right now for the Star Wars books. But Darth Vader's been really, really good. I highly recommend you go out and check it out. A lot of shops probably still have copies of 1 and 2. But yeah, you never know. But if you're a fan of Star Wars, or a fan of Darth Vader, or just a fan in general of good comics, you should pick this up. So that's it for my read list. There's a couple titles that I was not able to pick up because we didn't have enough copies for me to safely take an issue to read and bring back. They are Elektra number 11. I don't actually think I've been reading Elektra. I don't remember if I read the last issue. It's basically, I think at this point, going to be sub only at the shop. So, yeah, I'm not probably going to be reading that anymore. Next up, we have Gotham Academy number 6. It's interesting. It's kind of fun to see the different take on kind of certain characters or their style with a comic book. It's not something that I would rush out to read, but I try and at least check it out because it's aimed at a different audience. I'm kind of curious as to what's the allure of it. The next up we have Gotham by Midnight number 5, which Gotham by Midnight is awesome. It's magic and the Spectre and just a whole bunch of stuff with the little police magic group that Gordon put together. Really, really good stuff. There's a second one. Take another one. Inhuman number 13 comes out today. I'm enjoying it. It's Charles Soules. Charles Soules writing it. I still haven't finished Swamp Thing number 40. I'm like, it's on the bottom of my stack. I don't want to read it. I don't want it to end. But for the most part, I've been enjoying Inhuman. Next up, we have Red Lanterns number 40, which is the last issue for the Red Lanterns book before it's canceled. So hopefully I'll get a chance to read that, but we'll see. And then we have Suiciders number 2. That's the Vertigo book. First one was interesting, so it kept my interest, so I'm going to check out issue 2. And then Thief of Thieves number 27 came out from Image. I actually have not gotten a chance to read issue 26, so Thief of Thieves may jump off of my read list to my trade-only list. There's a few titles on there on my trade-only list, which I just basically read when they come out in trade. There's actually one of them, of those, I'll have an example in a second for you of one of those titles. But that's my read list. Those are the titles that I'm going to read, check out, and so on and so forth. Now, it's a huge trade week this week, so there's going to be a ton of stuff. The things that I wanted to kind of bring your attention to was Superman Doomed. The hardcover comes out, so the collection of the Doom stuff from Superman. I don't know if it collects all of it, but that's out in hardcover. That's 3 shots. You should be taking 3. Next up, we have All-Star Western Volume 6, End of the Trail. This is the last trade for All-Star Western, so I'll be picking it up most likely next week. We only got 1 copy, so I normally leave the trades if there's 1 copy, and if it doesn't sell, then I'll pick it up. And then one of the titles that I actually only read in trade when it came out, which is Morning Glories Volume 8. The Rivals is the title of that one. I didn't actually pick it up because I got so much. There was a decent sized stack of stuff to read, and if I got another trade, it would just go on my shelf and sit there. And I have this huge backlog of trades that I need to read. So hopefully I can get caught up. I know I keep saying that. I just need to do it. But yeah, so much to read, so much to enjoy. But get down to your local comic store, go online. Comixology to get your books. You can support the Comics Conspiracy store if you order through their or through our digital storefront, which is Comic Retailer, I believe. Let me bring it up here real quick. I always forget which one because we changed it and then I forgot. No, So it's it's comicsconspiracy.comicretailer.com. You can go there. They're having a road. Looks like they're having a road to convergence sale. Let's see. They're having no, I don't want that one. Ugh. Yeah, it looks like they're having a road to convergence sale. So a bunch of futures end issues are on sale. 43 of them are on sale for 99 cents. Crisis on Infinite Earths is on sale for 99 cents each, and the first one is free. So actually I would highly recommend, if you're curious, to grab those. Infinite Crisis is on sale as well. There's 7 issues there. I might actually pick that one up. That one's good. I know I'm literally shopping right now on Comixology. Final Crisis is also on sale. 0 Hour, Flashpoint. Let's see what else. There's a digital deluxe Flashpoint, which I don't know what the difference is between the regular and the digital deluxe, but the digital deluxe is like $1.99. Bunch of the Flashpoint minis are on sale. Is there anything else? Nope, that's pretty much it. But that's a lot of really good stuff there. I highly recommend Crisis on Infinite Earths and Infinite Crisis for you to check out if you're curious about what's getting kind of a road to convergence. So yeah, but thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. You can please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Post these up every week. I've actually gotten... I'm still trying to work on getting some stuff done. I was going to do a random comic review video last week on Red One and Chrononauts and Invisible Republic, all 3 #1s from Image that came out last week. But I wasn't able to do it. I really did enjoy all of them. If you like Mark Millar, then you'll like Chrononauts. If you like Terry Dotson's artwork, Red One is amazing. It's a lot better artwork than what's coming out of Princess Leia. But the story is kind of like all those spy TV shows that are out right now, but it's based in the 70s, and there's a ton of focus on porn. Weird. But it was interesting enough. And then Invisible Republic kind of grabbed me a little bit because it's setting up journalists researching kind of dictator and how they came to power, but he finds a different angle on that, and so I'm curious to see how that one plays out. But for the most part, I would say, if future stuff's up your alley, or hot chicks and tight spandex and superhero kind of stuff is up your alley, or time travel's up your alley, then any of those, grab some of those and check them out. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager. You can watch this video at www.conspiratorbrock.com, or if you're already on YouTube, you're watching it on YouTube. So, yeah, you can help the Comic Conspiracy podcast that I'm on, which we just finished recording episode 202 tonight. That'll be up tonight, and you can enjoy that either tonight or tomorrow. You can support us through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. Or if you don't want to remember that, just go to Patreon and search for Comics Conspiracy. To our Patreon supporters, thank you. We do appreciate it. It does help us immensely with all the stuff that we, little things that, costs here and there. But we do appreciate it. Again, any of the links, if you're on my website or my blog, any of those digital links will take you to the Comics Conspiracy digital storefront. Not to mention any of the Amazon links or anything you click on. If you buy something through there, it gets me a little bit. And I do thank you if you do that. So that's pretty much it for this week. I know a lot of stuff's coming up. Daredevil's coming up pretty soon, the Netflix TV show. Flash has been amazing. I can't wait for tonight to watch tonight's episode tomorrow. I need to get check out iZombie. Arrow's on tomorrow. I need to get caught up with Walking Dead. one more episode, and then that season's done. But yeah, it's 4 people. 4! So yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next week.